Well, I don't know what the last clip I showed you was, but I've got that seat on my bike. Revzilla has not contacted me about returning this nightmare of an expensive, uncomfortable piece of concrete. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. And this is what leads me up to this. I have sort of a dilemma. Yeah, I don't even know how to say this. Okay, there's a veteran's funeral up in Mount Enterprise tomorrow. I got to leave here about 7 in the morning to make it there by 9. It's going to be kind of cold, but that's all right. And the other thing is, tomorrow at the same time, I'm not even going to say it. There's another funeral that I have been beating myself up over whether I should go or not, and I'm not. I don't know the person in Mount Enterprise. I don't know what kind of a life they've led. But I know enough about the other person to know that I would rather go honor the person's life who I don't know. I hear a cat meowing. Or maybe it's kids playing. I don't know. They sound alike to me. Yeah, I heard it again. I guess I'm going to look around, see if there's a cat meowing somewhere. Alrighty. So anyway, I'll know tomorrow whether that seat is going to be doable for me or not. There's no heat in it. We'll see. I'll know tomorrow. All right. Well, I don't really have a video. I've got, okay, way up there. Let's see if I can zoom in. I got that light mounted. And see right, well, you can see it. It's to the left of the chimney, below the eave, above her patio. And we'll see tonight how much light it puts out. All right, I'm gonna give my bike a quick wipe down with some detailer. And you know, if you keep after it, if you get the bugs off them as they accumulate, it's a lot easier than doing a major cleanup. That's what I'm fixing to do. We'll see you. Okay, I've just been sitting here petting my dog and thinking. And while I was thinking, I got an email from Revzilla. And just 10 minutes ago, I was talking about them. So, turns out, due to the length of time I've had it, which is 30 days, they will not take it back. Not this seat, but that seat over yonder. So, unless I can convince Saddleman to take it, I'm screwed with the world's most uncomfortable, not just uncomfortable, but excruciatingly painful seat. And I guess I have less hope for Saddleman taking it back than I did for Revzilla. She sounded pretty positive when I spoke to her yesterday, and I'll read you the email when I get back to the house. Alrighty. I will say this, that seat has kept me from going to some of the Patriot Guard missions that are, you know, a little further away. This one I'm going to tomorrow is about an hour and 45 minutes of riding. And there's no way I could have done that on that Saddleman that I bought from Revzilla, but I can do it on this. So here we go, back to square one with a factory seat. And hell of a note, just a hell of a note. I don't even know what to think. I bought a lot of stuff from Revzilla. So here's the email. Thank you for the information. That's me sending her the pictures. I've gone ahead and looked at the pictures and corresponded with my manager on the matter, and due to the longevity, 30 days, of you riding on this seat, about 700 miles, we wouldn't be able to take it back as a return exception. We can, however, offer you a discount on another seat. If you're interested in another seat, I don't think so. Please reach out to me with the inquiry, and we can see what kind of discount we can offer. I do also recommend selling your seat that you currently have locally. Well, thanks for the recommendation. I did tell her that there's no way I could afford another seat. I told her I'm an old guy on Social Security, and I spent every spare penny I had on this seat. So unless I am able to return this seat, I'm totally screwed on having a new seat. So there you have it. Thanks, Revzilla. So I called that number. And hold on 1 second. I'm looking for it. Oh well, you see what the prices are. Okay, this is the is that the extended reach? I don't know. Anyway, so I couldn't even finish telling him the story, and he said, we couldn't help you. And I attempted to finish the story, which is, I can't even ride it an hour without excruciating pain, and it's not something I can make myself get used to. If it was something that would soften up, certainly it would have softened up in 700 miles enough for me to notice a difference, but it's as painful as the day I got on it the first time. So I've had it less than 30 days. I've got a little less than 700 miles on it. Revzilla won't take it back, and Saddleman won't take it back. So there you have it. Be prepared for a big whiny complaining video that I'm going to do about Saddleman seats. You don't have to watch it. I'm doing it for one purpose. I want Saddleman to see it. And I'm going to mention Revzilla too. I'm going to start at the beginning and go through the excruciating pain. I am still hurting. Remember the trip I took to Ben Wheeler 9 days ago? I am still hurting from that ride. That's how completely unrideable this seat is. So I will let you know tomorrow how that factory seat that I bought off the guy over in Longview for $75 is going to work out. I'll know in an hour whether it's going to be good enough for me to keep for a while. And then I will probably put this seat on eBay or Marketplace or something like that and try to get half out of it of what I got into it. So if I do get half, then I can afford to have my factory seat, my original factory seat, sent out and have it rebuilt. So there you go. That's this video. We'll see you. By the time you see this, I will be well on my way to Mount Enterprise, which is up north of Interstate 30. And when I come back, I think I will be going through Dangerfield. And I'm going to stop and ask old Big John if he wants to have some coffee somewhere. So we'll see you tomorrow. Well, I've got good news. This $75 seat is 150%. I'm just picking a number. Better than the seat that came off it. And it's 737% better than this nightmare $850 damn seat. Saddleman. I'm going to do I think I mentioned earlier, I'm going to do a review of this seat, and I'm going to make it where Revzilla, who would not return my money, and Saddleman wouldn't even let me finish. He said, well, we can't help you. We can't help you. He kept interrupting me. So Saddleman wasn't even interested in letting me tell them, the story of how I bought this because of my, back and my hips. And it didn't make it better. It hurt me worse. It was the most painful seat I've ever sat on. And please take it back. Saddleman wouldn't even let me finish telling him that. He just kept saying, we can't help you. We can't help you. I suggest you sell it on the open market, is what he said. Yeah. So I'm going to stick somebody else with this. Anyway, I'm going to do a separate video just for them. Leave them a link. And actually, I want to put Saddleman in the title. And to be honest, Revzilla, they tell you up front, there's no returns. If you put it on your bike, you can't return it. I understand. And they do make exceptions. I don't know what their criteria is or the parameters are for making exceptions, but the woman I spoke to, her name was Olivia. She was very helpful, very polite. She got back to me. And when I spoke to her the first day on the phone, I hung up feeling pretty confident that they would, especially after I sent them the pictures and it's still brand new. I felt pretty confident that they would take it back. But the next day, she sent me an email saying that she spoke to management and they said due to the length of time I had it, which is less than 30 days, and about 700 miles, that they wouldn't take it back. So that's where we're at. I'm stuck with it. And now I have the ethical decision. Do I try to sell it and stick somebody else with this seat? Or what? What do I do now, What's the ethical thing to do? I mean, how do you sell a seat and you're telling people it's a piece of crap? It's the hardest, most painful seat I've ever sat on in my entire life. And they say after 500 miles it softens up, which is a complete lie. It was painful when I got on it and painful 700 miles later. So that's the seat that I bought for $75 from a guy who had took it off his motorcycle. It was a wide glide, but that's the same kind of frame, same year. And lo and behold, I just drove 217 miles and I feel good. I could go another 217 miles. You dogs. Got big dog and little dog wedged in beside each other. Give your brother some love. Lucy Bell, give your brother some love. Give your brother some love.
Give your brother some love. You love your brother.
Give him some love.
She'll do it because he gets mad.
Yeah, he does get mad. He gets cranky.
Oh, give your brother love. You love your brother. You love your sister. Give your sister love. She says, no, he's a brat.
Okay, that's it for this video. By the time I think I mentioned that I'm getting up extra oily and got a haul butt up onto the big road and then north out of Longview, and then so I'm going I-20 to the Loop 281 around Longview, and I'm going to pick up Loop 300, take that up to 271 and 271 straight up underneath the interstate and the Mount Enterprise, and then turn right on Edward Street. There's a funeral home up there.
That looks like that Highway 300. I'm not real sure, but I looked at the satellite, and it looks like it's a lot of 4-lane.
Yeah.
And no red lights and no stop sign. It looks like it's a pretty well traveled.
Favorite kind of road.
Yeah, it looks like, there's passing lanes. And that helps a lot.
Okay. David just answered me. I'm going to go answer his text.